YouTube? We are back here for episode number 15 of the Oklahoma City Thunder series. And first off, guys, I really hope that you guys had a great Christmas, that you guys were able to spend time with your family and catch up with all them Christmas games, because all I gotta say is KD and Kyrie, they was going crazy. Regardless, guys, we are back here for episode number 15. If you guys missed the last episode, make sure to go ahead and check it out. And that is just spoiler alert, because let's get straight into this video, guys. Obviously, if you guys did not see it, in the last video, we were able to win the 2023 NBA championship, and it was just amazing, guys. But guys, if you guys want to see more episodes of this series, I'm gonna need you guys to do it right now. Go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get 200 plus likes for the next episode, which will be the 2023 season opener. And I know that you guys can do it because you guys destroy every single like goal that I have. So guys, obviously, like I said before, it's time for the 2023 offseason. And obviously, our number one goal is to, of course, go back to back, repeat as NBA champions. And that is kind of what we have to discuss, because we have some options and we have some expiring contracts. The first of those being Darius Bazley, who we really want to bring back. I mean, he's an 81 overall. He's a really good floor spacer. He really just wants a bigger role. And the thing is, he is a restricted free agent, but depending on the type of money he gets, I'm not sure if we need to bring him back. He shows a lot of upside offensively, not really the best defender, but we really don't know. Another guy is Lu Dort. Lu Dort hates us so much because he does not get that many minutes here, but he's also very limited. He's another guy that if we really want to, we can bring back, but it's the same thing. He doesn't want to re-sign here unless he gets a bag, and I'm not sure if we're going to be paying him. Some of those other options is in the NBA draft. Thanks to the Clippers, we have the chance of getting a top 5 draft pick. We are set up really good, and I also believe that we have the Chicago Bulls pick as well. Right now, we are in prime position to be able to pick up somebody like Bronny James, Mikey Williams, Dior Johnson, DJ Wagner. Preferably, I like a small forward, but we'll see what we can possibly get because we have a lot of options. As far as player retirements, Carmelo Anthony decides to call it a career, a legend. Of course, he's an all-star. And we also see Al Horford. He's going to be retiring as well, now part of the New York Knicks. And it's kind of crazy because George Hill is retiring as well. Both guys who started off on our rosters, good thing we traded them away. They're both retiring. And of course, how can we forget Thunder legend Andre Roberson? He's calling it a career of 31. And after coaching another horrible Knicks roster, Tom Thibodeau also decides to retire after 31 seasons in the NBA. And heading into this year's draft lottery with a great chance of getting, oh my, they really tricked us. They said that we could get a top 5 pick. We got 11 and 13 from Chicago, so it was a little bit up. Oh my gosh, bro. The Bulls got so lucky, and they get to keep their draft pick. They went from 13 to the number 1 overall draft pick. So we only have the 12th pick from the Clippers. I honestly wonder what we can possibly do with that. They kind of swindled us a little bit. Hopping into the NBA draft is really interesting as we see Brandon Miller go number 1 to the Chicago Bulls. Our boy Mikey Williams, Houston gets their point guard to team up with James Harden. Elijah Fisher is teaming up with Dame Dalla. And we see the Utah Jazz take Jarice Walker, which is kind of weird. And as you guys can see, Bronny James is falling into the NBA draft to where even Sky Clark and DJ Wagner get drafted before him. This was so bad that I tried to save him from getting drafted to the Knicks, but unfortunately, the Knicks are the Knicks, and these guys would not take any offer that I would give them. They was not giving up their chance at Bronny. They just and this is the most I can really even offer them. But luckily, the Knicks are the Knicks, so they end up passing on Bronny and taking a center, which really just opened up the doors for us to give the same deal to the Toronto Raptors and trade up to the 10th overall pick, which in my opinion is very realistic. So we end up picking up Bronny James Jr. And I think that this is a really good pick because even though I do need a small forward, Bronny is a wing player and we really do need a wing player long term. Of course, we have Jonathan Isaac, we have Shea, we have Jalen Green, but I think that if there's any position of need that we are going to draft, we take the best player available. Now, if you guys want to figure out why Bronny actually fell in this draft, is mainly because people don't know how good he actually is. People are thinking that he's not like his dad and he's just living off of the hype. And basically him coming out of high school, they just don't see it, especially with him playing second fiddle to like Amari Bailey. A lot of the scouts were really curious and they didn't want to take that chance. Lucky for us, we didn't want to take that chance. We are in the perfect position to. He's a really good shooter. He has loads of potential. This guy has all the signs to be a two-way player in this league. So with the 10th overall pick, we get a steal with LeBron James Jr. And yeah, peep Golden State taking another point guard. I just had to point this out because Bryce Griggs is like a 78 overall in this draft, and Golden State keeps taking these point guards. Look at them. They got Steph. They got Nico Mannion. They got JD Davidson, Bryce Griggs, Caleb Love. Can y'all stop taking these guards and let one of them at least develop? And this just shows how flawed 2K's drafting system actually is, because this pick makes no sense. And heading into this year's free agency, we of course want to take a meeting with Darius Bazley. We still want to bring him back because I think that if anybody, I actually really want to bring him back. I think that he shows so much upside offensively, and I know that we have Pokuševski and the minutes are going to be so limited, so I do ask him if he's okay with this role. He says that is cool. So let's start this. Whoa. 4 years, $100 million? Okay, I'm not on that type of time. That is 25 mil a season, and even a fairer price is 80 million, and I'm not even really feeling that for a backup power forward who's like our 7th man on this team right now. I'm thinking more like this, $71 million. I'm thinking something a little bit like this is a little bit more fair if you ask me. So how do you feel about that, Darius? Of course, this is a negotiation, so how do you feel about that? And yeah, he just straight up declined it. He says, how about 84 million? And you know what? I gotta really consider all the factors here. $84 million is way better than that initial 100 million. That was kind of delusional. But even then, I can go up a little bit. I can go up, how about I go up to about 79, 80 around there. I think that is a really fair deal. And I think that that's kind of a good little middle ground, but anything more, I just cannot do because once again, the minutes are going to be limited anyways, and at least he's more open to that. He says that he'll get back to me, so we'll see how that goes. And after talking to Lou Dort, we also try to look for more veteran guards like Chris Paul because he is now a free agent as well. CP ain't really feeling the offer all that much, but we also do look at some other guards, and even though we have Eric Bledsoe, there's guys like Kevin Love here, and Kevin Love is also an interesting prospect as well. Blake Griffin, don't really want to pay him. Marcus Morris would be cool, but we also see somebody by the name of John Wall who would be perfect for this role. I know that we have Bledsoe already kind of playing that veteran role, but all this stuff is really about badges and just how somebody like John Wall can really mentor our young players like Shea and Jalen Green. So we go ahead and we talk to John Wall. No, initially he wants kind of a long-term deal, a 3-year deal. I'm not really with that. I mean, I'm gonna pay him for 2 seasons as legitimately only being a mentor. And he actually says that he'll think about it. And after all of those decisions, here is what happened in free agency. Now, unfortunately, we did lose out on Darius Bazley. Like, okay, this is kind of cool. The Wolves got Brandon Clark, but eventually we did lose out on Darius Bazley. He did decide to leave us and join the Utah Jazz of all people. And I mean, I think that this is very realistic because they need a power forward. And I think that on our team, it just did not make as much sense as Kevin Love also goes back to the Timberwolves. But Darius Bazley got his money. He got the role that he really wanted. Of course, he knew that he would not be starting over Victor, so it kind of made sense for him. So lastly, I like Lou Dort is still here, but he don't really want to talk to us all that much on literally a realistic tip. This is a guy putting up around 6 points a game, and I'm not even sure if we really need him on the roster. We are so lock jammed at that wing position. Of course, I still want to bring him back because he's a really important part of this team, but we just really have to clarify with him that he's okay with playing his role, which he said that he was, but last year he was complaining about it legit for like 2 seasons about not getting enough PT. Eventually, we do come to a mutual understanding where he signs a 1-year deal and he kind of gets his money. Of course, we're not paying him the full amount that he actually wants. Lu Dort does agree to a 1-year deal, and pretty much he becomes a free agent again at the end of next season, so he can still renegotiate then. But this allows him to have a chance to literally be a part of this team to go back to back. So I think that so far in this offseason, we've been very realistic. Darius Bazley just won a ring where he was actually decent during the playoffs. He got that bag, and you know how much Rich Paul likes to get his clients that bag. And Lu Dort didn't really have that many options, so we bring him back along with one of the Morris twins. This team is primed to really be a threat to repeat as NBA champions. We also decide that we might as well be trading away Bledsoe, and we decide to send him over to the Clippers because they need a starting point guard on this team. I mean, it's either that or they start with like Ricky Rubio at like a 76 overall. So we go ahead and we make this trade. Bledsoe is coming off of a really good season where he just won a championship. So he gets sent off to the Clippers, and we have a brand new backup point guard in John Wall. Also, guys, I've been seeing the comments. Some people really want me to make Shea a point guard, even though I think they are both shooting guards. I'll go ahead and I'll just do that since you guys really want it. So this year's lineup is going to be Shea, Jalen Green, Jonathan Isaac, our boy Victor, and Mitch Robinson. Then off the bench, we're going to be using Pokusevski. Bronny's coming in as a 7th man, John Wall, Jello, and Lu Dort is getting the last minutes, unfortunately. Look, guys, at the end of the day, I think that this really gives us the best opportunity to actually compete. And even though Lu Dort is probably the highest overall coming off of the bench, I do not believe that he gives us the best chance to win. And, you know, he has to earn those minutes. The biggest reason for us bringing back Lu Dort is because we normally suffer through so many injuries. Looking at this team right now, with John Wall off the bench, even though John Wall is a worse shooter than Bledsoe, just literally his mentorship, his defense, I feel like that would have a really good effect, the same way Bledsoe did on like Jalen Green and on Shea. I think that Pokusevski is primed for a really big season. Of course, this is his last year being under contract. We really have to start to worry about paying him and how much he's actually worth. He's been injured every single year. He has a severe injury where he misses at least a third to half of this season. So we really got to worry about that. We also got to worry about Jello as well, because Jello's been playing really good for us. He's at a 77 overall, and he's somebody who's been shooting lights out for us. We got a lot of decisions to actually make on this team, and I think that at the end of the day, this team, we literally kept our core. We have the exact same core. Now, Isaac did go down in overall because he did get injured, but he's still a lockdown defender and a really solid shooter as well. And literally, we have Bronny on the bench. Somebody who was projected as the #1 overall pick fought to us at pick number 10. So where if we can develop Bronny right, we have 5 potential MVPs on this team. I'm really also expecting Shea to also take a major step as well. This year, Shea's going to be our full-time point guard, and I really expect him to at least be an all-star. I mean, the last few years since we've had such a good team, we got no all-star nods, no all-NBA nods, really no recognition at all for like Shea. And he's been putting up like 27, 28 points per game. So I do expect him to take a massive leap, especially in those voting, because now he's getting so much more awareness because we just want a chip. Also, Jalen Green as well. Jalen Green, if he can become an all-star too, that would be great. Victor, I really want Victor's touches to like go up. I really want this team to be the best offense in the entire league and a top 10 defense. I think that we are capable of it. We have really good defenders all over the court, really good scorers everywhere. I think that at the end of the day, this team has the potential to be one of the best teams in the entire league without a doubt. We just gotta hope that 2K is actually on our side here, because there is a scenario where like we have too many mouths to actually feed, but I don't think that that's really going to be a problem, guys. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you guys think our record is going to be? And do you guys think that we can actually repeat? I think that we can. I think that we can be back-to-back champions. I think that we kept the most important pieces intact. We really only lost Darius Bazley, who also last season missed part of the season as well. So I think that at the end of the day, we are in really good shape. We should be able to knock off every single team that is in the Western Conference and definitely in the Eastern Conference as well. And maybe this year we can get Shea in those MVP combos. I mean, if 2K was a realistic game, he definitely would be in those combos anyways, guys. But other than that, guys, let me know if you guys enjoyed the way that I changed up and I edited this video. It's a little bit different than the way it normally is. Let me know if you guys like these types of videos or just the live commentaries. Let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, guys, this team is fire. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you go ahead and spam up that like button. Go ahead and subscribe, and let me know if you guys enjoyed all of the moves we made during this offseason, because I think that this offseason at least deserves a grade of a B+ to an A-. And let me know what you guys think. And if you guys want to see any of the other videos in this series, it's up here on the screen right now. And other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. I am out, guys. Peace.